Hey guys, welcome to my page, DIY Crafts with Dar. Happy Monday. I'm a little bit far out. There we go. A little better. How is everybody? Happy Monday. I'm a little bit late coming on because I didn't cut my project out last night. I actually had to do that this morning. So it took me a little bit of time. Forgot how long this file took to cut. So anyways, we are going to make this cute little lighted snowman. Tomorrow I think we'll do the ornaments. I think I'll pre-paint because you already know how to do that. I'll just show you how to assemble the ornaments for the monthly kit. But anyways, guys, isn't this just so cute? This little snowman guy is adorable. There are ornaments that match with him too. I just haven't cut them out yet. So anyways, look at how cute. I made one smaller without lights, okay? Because the lighted ones, you have to have the separate back piece that hides the lights. And it's just too bulky for that small one. I don't know. I just wanted to have it separate. So anyways, this one's lighted. Isn't it so cute? Let me get closer. Let me get closer. Let me get closer. There we go. So his lights are on the back, just like the ornaments and things like that. So you just turn it off. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna make. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. I am going to put these over here and we will get started. Let me just bring you down to the table. There we go. Here's our little snowman. Here's his lights. There's the Velcro, and there is some jute. So here's the small one. Okay, so just so you can see, here's the small, here's the large. Okay, they are on the website already. I did take time to do that while this was cutting this morning because I didn't have it cut last night. I was working on the reindeer standers that I showed you the other day. I was working on a set of those, so now I have 6 of each of the reindeer standers. I have 6 of those ready to go to my craft show. So, whew, guys, it's like a race to the end. I set up on Thursday at this next craft show. So go ahead and say hello. I'm going to put tape on my board this morning. So, because it needs it desperately. So you're going to have to bear with me. I'm so sorry. But sometimes it's good because some of you have never done this. And I just take a board. You can take a piece of cardboard, anything that you have. And I'm going to put new tape on it. I have a little bit left on one roll. Actually, I have 2 rolls that have just a little bit left. So maybe I'll use both of those up first. But go ahead and say hello. And I'm just getting those rolls. I'm like, I may as well use up all that's on those rolls, right? Yeah, because there's not a lot. These 2 rolls have a tiny bit. So anyways, let me just go to comments here. Go ahead and say hello and we'll get started. Let me go over here. Let me turn my volume down. Right, where am I? I got my craft show posted for not this coming weekend, but the next weekend, the one I'm in charge of. That one is posted. And let me see if I can share this. You know, it's been difficult, but maybe it will let me today. It is not, but yeah, isn't that just so weird how it won't let me do that anymore? Yeah, it's not there, but that's okay. That's okay. So I'm just gonna keep going. So let me go ahead and say hello to everybody. While I'm doing this, I'm going to take this tape off. We're going to put new tape on. I always roll up a little piece and put it in the center. Hi, Pam. How are you? Good morning. Hi, Laura. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Bridget. Good morning. Hi, Sherry. Sometimes that centerpiece comes off. Sometimes you have to replace it. This board has been used a bazillion times. Hi, Betty. How are you? Hi, Karen Ross. Hi, Marilyn. Hey, Vicky. I know, isn't it so cute? I know, this snowmen are one of my favorites. I like gingerbreads too. I'm going to work on some gingerbreads. Probably cut something out. Gingerbreads to paint tonight. Gingerbread houses or gingerbread standers. Gingerbread, you can't really go wrong with them. They always sell. So I should do that. So, hey, Denise, how are you? Hi, Sandy. Good morning, guys. Hey, Marilyn. Okay, so I'm putting the tape on and trying to find the end. Sometimes. How was your weekend? You guys, tell me what you did this weekend. Did you have a fun weekend? Oh gosh, this is not starting. This one, the end of it was really weird. Oh, I might not be able to use this one. You know how sometimes they just start tearing into pieces? This feels like it's going to do that. So yesterday I spent 5 hours with my friend Sandy going over all the tickets from the craft show at the preschool. So I taught her how to do all of that. You would think it would just be easy. You know, that's not long enough. But, you know, it takes a bit of time because we double check everything. When I do it myself, it takes me an entire day to do it. With her, you know, with us going back and forth, it took us 5 hours. Did it take us 5 hours? Maybe 4 hours. Oh, 4 hours. It took us 4 hours from 9 until 1. So 4 hours. But we got it done. And the show turned out to be okay. Most people did pretty good for a small show like that. This isn't the preschool show is the one that's on Election Tuesday. So it's an in-between show. So most people have a show that weekend, and then they do the preschool show, and then they'll do another show the next weekend. So it's a good in-between craft show that they might just do, you know, a couple of hundred, or some people a couple of thousand. Depends on who you are. So I did okay. I didn't do a couple of thousand. I didn't do my normal. I did not do my normal there, but that's okay. I'm happy with what I did, and it's more than if I didn't do it, right? So I'm glad that I was able to get that done, and now next year she should be able to do it herself. So Sarah, it's 14 degrees there. Your craft show was great success. Oh yay, have to be at workshop this week. That's wonderful. I am so happy to hear that. Glad it went well for you. Hey Denise, how are you? Hi Sandy, hi Janine. Good morning, Cheryl. Thank you so much. Thanks for sharing it to the VIP group. I don't know if Facebook will ever change back. That's so weird. Okay, so we're getting our tape on. So this is what I do. I turn the ends under, so the sticky part is up. So I roll the ends under. The center has a little piece rolled, and now we are ready to go again. Okay, if you missed it, this is what we're making. We're making a lighted snowman. Okay, so there's lights in the tree. The light turns on the back. So cute. My lighted stuff has been selling like crazy. I bet that a few $100 is better than... Yes, Sarah, absolutely. Absolutely, it really is. Hi, Carmela. Good morning. Marilyn, you've been sick. Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. Hey, Sylvia, how are you? Good morning, my dear. Oh, I just dropped a couple of pieces. I see them, though. At least they didn't disappear under my table. That would be terrible. Okay, so here's all our pieces. Now, we only need one of this part. Okay, and then we'll put the rest of the stand up here. We don't need the lights yet, or the jute, or the Velcro. We can put that up in the corner also. So I'll just start taking pieces off. We don't need the back couple of pieces. Okay, so this is a stander. So let me take off the very back. So this is like the center sandwich piece that allows the lights to be in there. And then the very, very back. Don't do that wrong. Don't put it on backwards. I actually had an oopsie this weekend. I must have been tired. I was putting one of them together, and I had it turned the wrong direction. Sarah, have you done that yet? Yeah. So I had them glued on almost all the way done, and I realized that it was the wrong direction. So, okay, Frosty, you're going to go down here, and the word snow is going to go down here. I'm just pulling pieces off. That's all. We're just going to pull this apart. The scarf is going to be stripes. These are black, orange, And then there's a spacer in here. So there's a spacer. So it fits up around that letter. So you only have to paint one of those. Okay. All right. So what sold best for you, Sarah? You haven't seen this file. This is the new monthly file. Yeah, this is the November file. Let me scooch this up. The regular monthly file. So yeah. Hi Carol. Oh, you woke up to 9 inches of snow. Oh my goodness. Jenny says you're crazy busy getting ready for this week's show. Yeah, I think we all are a little bit crazy. Hey Sheila, how are you? Hey Carrie, good morning. Hi Lori Walsh. This one is going to be so much fun. Okay, my trees. I think I painted my trees a different color, but it doesn't really matter. I'm going to use Hauser medium green, and I'm just going to get my little dish. I don't think that I need to. I can just plop some on there. So Hauser medium green. And you want to be careful that you don't get any down in the holes. I inevitably do get some in the holes, and what I do, I just take a Q-tip. And I did just bring in a whole new thing of Q-tips. Remember how I said I needed to dig all the way to the bottom of my drawer for the Q-tips? I brought in a whole new thing. So medium Hauser green. We are going to use our chippy brush and do white on this. So instead of speckling, I'm going to do that. Okay, so there's that, and then nothing else is green. Okay, so brown, we're gonna do, brown is going to be my frosty right here, and also my stand. Okay, so my stand, I will put some up there, so that's milk chocolate. So milk chocolate for the stand. I painted 4 of these already for the craft show, and then the small ones. The small one that doesn't have the light, so here's the difference, guys, people that are just hopping on. So the small one doesn't have lights. Okay, so I painted 8 of those, and I have 4 of these already, so I'll have a total of 5. I need shelf things. My shelves are going to be pretty bare for this craft show. I have a bigger space, and I'm going to use everything that I have. I'm going to be unloading everything from my my trailer. It's going to be a little crazy. This craft show is a little more difficult because the loading dock, basically unloading your trailer and loading it back up, you can only fit a couple of people in there at a time. So it's a little more difficult because we have to take turns, and I'm going to be one of the first people there early, and then I'll be helping others to unload theirs. We have to unload it, and then we have to carry it to the doors, and then we have to wait until they are ready for us inside. So those people that have trailers, it's a little more challenging. Okay, so that's white. This is white. This one actually painted up pretty quickly. Oh, let's see. The button is brown also. Let me bring back that thing. So brown on the button. And then the frosty, I just really carefully did it so it didn't fill it in. And you know what I did? So then I took a Clorox wipe and I wiped off some of it so that the words would show. There we go. Okay. And what other color do I need? Oh, I need another color. So, do you sell this kit? Yes. This is in the shop. Oh, peanuts sold. Okay, let's see. Ornaments. You sold all your lighted stuff, and peanuts. Yeah. I have been selling the peanuts collections like crazy. It's, yeah. Hi Gail, how are you? Thank you. The peanuts collection, and I'm not up in the corner yet. Let me put myself in the corner in a second. Let me get my color that I need. I actually need burlap for these, and I need to sponge this on. So let's see, I'm kind of going back. Oh, this is white also. Okay, so white. And then we're going to sponge on this down here so that we don't get stuff all in the words. So yeah, I'll give you the link in a second. I need to do the trunk. The trunk is brown too. Sorry, I'm kind of going back and forth. I'm having a hard morning. I had a hard morning getting started because I didn't have this cut out. I thought, oh, I'll just get up early and do it. It was late last night. I finished up all the reindeer standers. Oh my gosh, I have so many of them. So I have 6 of each now of the reindeer standers. I'm going to give you the link for this. Let me give you the link for the snowman tree. Let me make sure I added all the quantity because you know how I am sometimes. Okay, so copy. Let me put that over here. I'll give you the link. So the big one is more money. It's because there's layers. Okay, so keep in mind it's lighted and there's multiple layers, so it's a little bit more. But you can always use your coupon code. Okay, you guys get a discount every single day on the website. You always get 25% off. So if you missed the last sale, that's okay because you always get 25% off. So use your VIP 25 to get that 25% off. So I'm just kind of pouncing. We're going to do this a couple of times, okay? This is burlap is the color. And I know it's not really showing up very well first because it's just barely going on. You want it to just barely go on because you don't want it to fill those letters. So I'm using the little sponge and just pouncing it. Oh, I got to put myself in the corner. I'm having one of those mornings where I'm like, my brain is just like back and forth. I have so many things going on in my head at the moment, because I'm like, don't forget this, and I have everything ready for my craft show. So I'm 100% ready for my craft show. I have my floor plan. I have my customer list printed out. I have all of my vendors sheets printed out that go on the floor. What I do when I do a craft show is I like to print out each crafter's name, and if they need a table or if they're bringing their own display, if they need a chair, anything onto that sheet, I print it out. And then when I go to my craft show, I pull up my floor plan, and I have a sheet of paper for each person. And I walk around and I put that piece of paper in their spot, in their space. So I know that I have a space for every single person. If I end up with extra sheets and I'm done with my floor plan, then that's a problem because that means I missed putting them on there. So anyways, I have everything done. I have all my candy. The only thing I have to do is order water. I always supply my crafters with water because it gets hot. So I have to order, I always order 2 or 3 cases of water we go through. And then someone brings coffee to the craft show, and they all bring food. We have a little kitchen area. This is for not this week, but the next week. So we have a little kitchen area that we all bring food, and they get to go in there and have lunch instead of have to go away for lunch. So this one here, this is winter blue, and our stripes are going to be in Williamsburg blue, okay? It's a color, I actually had to order it from Deco Art, and then I found that I had one. I was like, oh gosh, okay, I'm lucky because I had one stashed away. Okay, so I have to do the trunk still. Let me do that. Let me get a little bit of brown out here, and then burgundy is for the hat. Let me just get a brush and do this. So I'm really trying it. Sylvia, I'm ahead of the ball game. My flyer came in the mail for that craft show. It's so my flyers are already out. I am ready for my email campaign. I'm going to be doing my email campaign this Friday to let them know that next weekend is the craft show. Put it on your calendar. So I'm ready for it. I am 100% ready. So that makes me feel good because I know, sometimes it doesn't work out that way where I'm scrambling at the end the day before, just getting my floor plan ready. But honestly, for this craft show, I only had 2 vendors that were different from this craft show that I'm doing to the one that I did in the spring. So I really didn't have to change my floor plan because I liked how everything had turned out. Okay, let me dry everything and we'll put our second coats on. So that was deep burgundy. All right, let's dry. We'll put our second coats on. I'll go back over colors. We'll do our details. He needs cheekies, eyeballs, a smile. We will ink the edges on everything. We need to do stripes on our scarf. So I am going to be so busy this week getting more things ready, because next week at my show I won't have the time. I will be at show setup for 2 days straight. And oh, and I have this great idea, Sylvia. Let me bounce this off of you. So I wanted to do a donation tree to the, okay, I was trying to decide if I do it to Frosted Faces or I do it to the shelter. So I know Frosted Faces gets a lot of donations. I do a monthly donation to Frosted Faces. They are a group that they go in and they adopt all the older dogs from many shelters around the county, and also even LA and all of those counties, San Bernardino, Orange County. So I already do a monthly donation myself. I pay for a dog's medication that's being fostered. So that just comes out of, and it's not that much. I think it's like $40. But I wanted to do a donation tree and do either to the shelter or to Frosted Faces. I'm not sure which one. What do you think? What do you think? Because I ordered, what I did was I ordered these little gingerbreads, and they're going to get a free little gingerbread ornament. I didn't make them. They're just something that I have. And I was thinking of having a little Christmas tree and have dog bone shaped paper on it. I could cut that out with my laser and have it say $5, or either a $2 or a $5 donation. And with the donation, they get to pick one of those ornaments, one of the free ornaments. So that's what I was thinking. That was my thoughts, is that they get, with their donation, they get a free ornament. So they get to pick one. So they can do either $2 or $5. I didn't want to do $1 because the ornament itself, they all cost $1 each. So I thought that would be really fun. But should I do it for the animal shelter or for Frosted Faces? What do you guys think? I know that the local animal shelters, they always need money. I really wanted to do it. My target was for the Santee one that's going to be opening. But we drove past there the other day. They are not anywhere close to opening. I mean, what I could do is I could save it for them. So my goal would be to get $500 in donations. That would be my goal, to have a $500 donation to give to the shelter. So our local shelter for my area right here, our shelter is the Sweetwater shelter. So we have to take our any dogs that are found get taken to the Sweetwater shelter. So I would choose the Sweetwater shelter or Frosted Faces, one or the other. I love that Frosted Faces takes in all the older dogs, and they get all the dental done. They do all of the stuff that needs to be done. Make sure they're healthy before they adopt them out. They go to foster homes, and while they're at the foster home, they get all their medical taken care of, and then they get placed for adoption. They start going to adoption events, and sometimes when they're at that foster home, they never leave because the person falls in love with them. So this is Spiced Pumpkin. This was Medium Hauser Grain. This is Milk Chocolate. My blue is Winter Blue. My color here is Burlap. Deep Burgundy is this color. You think the shelter? I kind of think the shelter, but I do love the Frosted Faces. I'm like, which do I do? Animal shelter. Laura says animal shelter. Yeah. It's hard because I feel like Frosted Faces probably gets a lot more donations from people. The animal shelter probably only gets them, like, people start thinking about them at Christmas time and they bring blankets or toys for the dogs. So, and I don't know if maybe I would go buy the blankets, the soft fleece blankets. You can get those at at Walmart, usually for $5 each year. I've seen them, those fleece blankets. So shelter, yeah. I'm kind of thinking that. I might bounce it off of my crafters, but I really need to make my signs. So I was thinking I have a cute little tree that I could put up, and then they could just grab a dog bone off there to donate, and it'll just say donation, $2, donation $5, and then they get to choose a free ornament. And I'll say the free ornament is going to be at the checkout area. So I'm kind of working through it as I talk to you guys. Do you guys ever do that? If you're like, you have a problem, you start talking to somebody, and by the time you're done talking, you have your solution. I mean, sometimes that's the way it works for me, is that I'll be talking to my husband going, I just don't know what to do. By the time that we're done with our conversation, everything has worked out in my head. I just have to work through it sometimes. So I ordered this cute little gingerbread ornaments, and I'm thinking they can pick one of those out for free, and then the little dog bone shaped thing that says donation $2 or $5. I really don't want to do a $1 donation because the ornament costs that much. I want to at least do $2. Most people would probably be fine with $2. Okay. All right. Now, I think the only thing that I need to do, burgundy usually needs a third coat. I think the one for the older dogs sounds better for you. The blue color is winter blue. Sorry, I didn't go back over that one. Winter blue. I know. Maybe I need to talk to my husband to see what he thinks. I love the one with the older dogs because, well, they just recently, they have a new facility where they do their own medical. So I thought that was really cool that they now have their own vet, do their own medical. They probably are more in need, but I do know our shelters are hurting. Here's the reason why, because even our shelters here are becoming very full. It used to be that San Diego was not very full, and I worry about those dogs in there, that there's not enough food to go around. There's not enough bedding to go around. So I'm really torn. I'm torn. I just want to be able to help someone. And I'm thinking, you know what, my customers, it's not going to hurt them to donate $2 or $5. Yeah, it's not going to hurt them. And my bags are turning out so cute, you guys. My bags, I got cute little ribbon to tie on it. So, you would choose frosted face. Yes, it is a great idea with the older ones. I know, it really is. I love that. Yeah. Split the donation. Oh, I could do that. I could split the donation. Yeah, that would be kind of cool. Hi, Angie. How are you? Good morning. Okay, let's do our. I need to dry this one more time. And then we'll start doing our face. So I need to do the cheekies. I need to grab that color. And then we need to do stripes on our scarf. Okay, so let's just scooch things up. We're going to take this scarf off because we'll be doing those stripes. We probably should just take off everything. Let's just do that. Let's just take everything off. I need to get another one of these for the pink for the cheekies. Cheekies. Where's my color? I like to use vintage pink, and it's hiding from me. Okay, I found it. Okay, so vintage pink for the cheeks. Okay. Yeah, my bags that my customers get get to take their product home in, they're gingerbread. I think I showed you guys, maybe. Did I show you? Anyways, they have gingerbread houses painted on them. And then I decided I probably need some plastic bags that match. So I found some. It's like over the top. So gingerbread is the theme. My, when we did the ornaments, my business name was Gingerbread Dreams for You. And I had that great big gingerbread house that we hung all the ornaments from. So, okay, we're going to take everything off. We'll do the cheeks and the mouth and the eyes on the snowman. We'll do the stripes on the scarf. Okay, so let's bring all this stuff up. It doesn't slide very well because this is rubbery. But this cleans off pretty good. Okay, there's all of that. Yeah. Splitting is a great idea. Yeah, thank you. I think that's a wonderful idea. I will do that. Oh, guess what I didn't do yet? Guys, I need to do the chippy. But I have to do the stripes first. We'll be bringing our board back because I need to do this. Okay, I'm going to set that there. So let's do our stripes. We'll do our cheeks. This doesn't get any of the chippy stuff on it, but the other stuff does. Darn. I already took the board away, but I can bring this small board in. You guys. Sometimes I just don't know. Okay, I just need a tiny bit of this. This is vintage pink, so I'm just going to put that right there. Just need a little bit for the cheeks. And I need a paper towel. Okay, so I dropped the paper towel. And I need, hi Judy, how are you? Good morning. I know, I love gingerbread too. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for the show because I always do at that craft show. I have always done really cute little bags, but the company I get the bags from, they didn't change in the last 2 years. They've had the same, and now this year, the third year, they've had the same bags. So I don't know what's going on, but they used to change every season. They would have a new pattern, and I would buy it in bulk. I buy it from Uline, and I buy them in bulk, and that's just what our customers go home with, the bag, and that's special to them. But I didn't want to do the same ones, so I went to a different company, and they happened to have gingerbread houses painted on the bags, and I'm like, those are perfect because I love gingerbread. I'm actually looking at gingerbread tablecloths. I'm like, okay, should it just be an all gingerbread themed, craft show, which would be really fun. Okay, let's dry that really quick. I'm going to do the mouth after I do the eyes. I need to do the eyes. So I'm thinking that I might just do gingerbread theme. Okay, so my eyes, I'm just taking the black and I'm just drawing them. Yeah, this week I am scrambling, I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to get product done. Thursday I set up. Friday I'm home. I don't work at the craft show Friday, and I'm not going to drive up there because it's a long ways up. Then I work at the craft show Saturday and then tear down. So I'll restock on Saturday. There will be people there that restock my booth. It's one of those things that we do for each other. When we're not there, somebody else is, and we all help each other. We walk around. We always want the booths to be full. So let me look and see. Oh yeah, it just goes up to there. We always want everyone's booth to look full. So people walk around and they will make sure that things are moved around, any holes are filled. Just gonna dry this really quick so I can put the dots, and then we'll do the stripes on our scarf. We're gonna use Williamsburg blue for the stripes. If you don't have that, you can use any blue, but this is kind of a country blue. And I was surprised I had a bottle. I actually ordered some, and then I found one in my stash. I don't have whites in his eye. I just have a highlight on the cheek. I didn't do whites in his eyes. Okay. All right. I can just set that to the side. It's going to take me a moment to do those stripes. And then once we do the stripes, we will do our chippy brush. So let me just put some paint right here. I'll bring in a brush and get those stripes done. My show starts on the 20th. Yeah, is that Thursday? I need to give you my flyer. I need to post my flyer on your page, on your Facebook page. I haven't done that yet. I have done all the other stuff. I did my event. Yeah, 20th is when it starts. So yeah, that's the one thing I haven't done yet. So Sylvia runs a really cool local craft show page, and for vendor, she runs a couple. You have two, right? You have one for vendors and one for customers, I think. Is that right? Sometimes I get confused. Anyways, we post our flyers on there and people know where all the craft shows are. So I need to do that. I haven't done it yet. But I need to. I've already posted my event on Facebook. I actually did one on my personal page and my business page, because there are people that are local that are on my business page because they watch these videos. And there's people on my personal page that are just friends that go to the craft show, but they don't want to watch me do this. So I did two different events and I boosted both of them. So yeah, and I'm ready for my email campaign. I'm like, I just feel, see, here's the thing. You get everything ready and then it's like you forget one major thing, right? I have all my paperwork, all my stuff ready. I put my signs out next Sunday. Oh, that was another thing. I opened up my box for my signs and they printed them wrong. So they have to hurry and redo my signs because I ordered more signs, because they did take some last time. And also on my signs I have Thursday, Friday, Saturday on them. And for my spring show, I used white duct tape and covered up the Thursday because it's only Friday, Saturday. Well, it was. Next time it's going to be both. But when I peeled off the white duct tape, it started peeling off the printing. So I stopped and I was like, I'm just going to order a second set. I ordered a second set and had it right justified, so there was room to put my arrows, my directional arrows. They didn't print the right ones. They printed the old ones. So now I left them a message and I'll be calling them this morning, and they need to reprint. There's 50 signs. They're the signs like realtors use, that or the people that when they're doing campaigning and they stick into the ground. But I zip tie mine to the light posts at each corner. And I plan to put out a lot more. So I'm going out on Sunday to do that. Next Sunday is my day already. Okay, so got all my stripes on there. Let's dry this, and then we're going to put this back on the board, and we'll do our chippy. One vendors, one public. Okay, perfect. Yeah, 8.2 thousand. That's a lot. That's a lot of people on there. That's crazy. I love it. Okay, so I'll make sure I do that today. I don't need vendors. I hate to put it on that one because then I get all those messages from vendors, because I never have any spots open. I mean, very rarely do I have a spot open. I will probably have spots for my summer show next year, because not everybody is planning to do the summer show, because we added a summer show for Chula Vista. It's in June, and I will have some spots for that, but I already have my people that I'm going to start talking to about that. Okay, the things that I need to do the chippy on, I'm going to just put it onto the small little board, because I need to do white. So I need to move that. Okay, let's bring this back. We're going to use our chippy brush on some of these things. I forgot I was going to do that. But that's okay, because you know what? All is not lost. We just put it back on. I ended up doing this with when I was creating them, I had forgotten. I was like, oh gosh, I forgot. I had to put everything back on. You would think I would remember, but that was a few days ago. Okay, and then the tree. Okay, so I'm going to do white. I'm going to use my chippy brush. If you don't know what that is, it looks like this. It's the scruffy brush. They have them at Home Depot and Lowe's in the paint area. I'm going to put a little bit of paint on here, white paint, and do the chippy technique. So I'm going to grab a paper towel, and I'm just going to scooch this up just a little bit. I don't want to go off my board. I'm going to tuck all those underneath. I'm afraid I'm going to get a little crazy. Okay, going to take some of my paint, put it onto my brush, and then I'm going to brush most of it off onto my paper towel. Okay, you just want a little bit on there, and then test it out. I usually will test it on my stand because that one is fine. And then you just go kind of whisk back and forth. Flick your wrist back and forth. And I like the edges to have a little more white on them. It just makes it look like snow. So it's just a technique to just add a little bit of white to it. And I'll usually go in both directions. So I'll go one way and then I'll go the other way to get the other side of it. Oops. I went right into my tree. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. So that's all. So now look at it. It looks like it has snow. So you can do that, or you can speckle with the toothbrush. All right. So that's just a different technique. Okay. Now let's dry and we'll ink everything. So we'll dry all this. We'll bring out our ink pad. Got our ink pad right there. I do have my little Q-tips now. We'll glue it all together, then we'll put the lights on it. I'll show you how to do that. So this one is lighted. Now, if you're just doing this one, you're not going to have all the layers and you're not going to have the lights because the small one does not have that. I just decided I wanted to do two separate ones. So I'm going to take all these pieces off and we will ink all of our edges and we'll keep going. See, this one works out pretty quickly. Okay, and I have my other pieces to glue on. When it's time to glue that on, I will glue this onto the back of here. Okay, and I will make sure that I do the right side. when I'm putting it together, when I'm putting the lights through. Oh my goodness. I had to peel the lights off. I was not a happy camper when I had to do that. So I'll use the Q-tip last to get in the areas that I can't reach. I just like to do this. I like to go around each of the edges. I don't do the snowflakes. I usually just leave the snowflakes. I'll just leave white. How do you find time to get all your product made? It's really hard. It is a struggle. I don't have time to do everything. I sacrifice on sleep this time of year. By the time I get to Christmas, it's like all I want for Christmas is a nap. I struggle. I don't get it all done. I have my sights set so high on what I want to accomplish, and then what I really actually get done is probably 50% of what I really want to have. It's hard. I work on it year round. But I found, here's what I found this year. I had so many cute Halloween ideas that I ended up spending a lot more time on Halloween than on my Christmas. And I ended up, I didn't do a Christmas or a Halloween clearance with you guys. I just put it in boxes. I'm saving it for next year, so I don't have to work quite as hard. So a lot of times I'll put it 50% off for you guys. I didn't do that this year. I just packed it up, so I have it for next time. It's hard. I don't have time for it all. I struggle. Okay, I'm going to glue this so that there's 3 layers on this. I think it's because it's so heavy, but I'll get that glued in a second. I don't need to ink the top part because the top part he has a hat. And so pretty much most of that is all covered. Okay. I'm almost to the point where I can glue that together. But I'll glue that part first. So I don't think there is a keeping up with everything. I think every single person, no matter how much they get done, will always wish that they had more done. Honestly, I feel we never get as much done as we want to. Hey Sandy, thank you so much for sprinkling. Where'd you get the wax stain that I use? I don't use any wax stain at all. The ink pad that I use is, if that's what you're talking about, I get that from Amazon. So this ink pad, I'll show you the name brand and you just search it, but I don't use any wax and I don't use any stain. So I just water down my paint if I want something that looks stained. Memento Luxe, and then Espresso Truffle is the ink. The glue that you use, I bought a bottle from Amazon. Is it supposed to be runny? Yes, it is supposed to be runny. It sets up really quick. You only need a tiny bit. It is very runny. If it's not, then that means it got frozen. So if you get a bottle of this glue and it's hard to squeeze out of there and it's more solid, that means that it froze and it's probably not good. I had some that had frozen last year. Okay, so I'm just putting that, and then I'm going to put like a little highlight up here. How did I do that? Oh yeah, just kind of a little swoop at the top. Okay. All right, so let's glue the base together. I've got everything, all my inking done. I wish I had time to do everything. I won't lie, because I don't ever get everything done that I need to get done. It just never happens. I just make something every day. So my goal is to get one project done every single day. And that's all I can do, is just have my goal. My goal is to have my glue so it works too. No, it's not defective. So when you see how it's so runny, it's very runny. It sets up quickly. So it's very runny. It's supposed to be. If it's too thick, then that's a problem. Okay. Make sure that lines up. You might have to flip it, because see how it's kind of offset? It's because the way the snowman is. And get it even, because you want it to be even all the way down, so that when you put that snowman in there, it fits right. Okay, and then just start assembling. Okay, so we're going to put our snowman on first. I'm just going to keep standing up because it's going to be easy for me. I just put a bunch of glue. It kind of is like Elmer's glue consistency. It really is. And then I just kind of wiggle it into place. But it sets up really quickly. It'll be set in 5 minutes. You won't really be able to move it. But I like that I have time. I don't want to use super glue. I don't want to use stick fast. None of that stuff. I don't like to use anything that has a lot of chemicals, because I don't do good with smells, and it's not good for your brain. A lot of people don't think about that. They use the E6000 inside. I don't even use that indoors. I use it outside. I'm real careful about all that stuff. I had to quit using sealer because I was having a reaction to it. So I don't use sealer on my stuff. You don't really have to. If you're careful when you're transporting it, it will be fine. Okay. And then just start gluing things on. So I'm just, it is scored. So it's scored. If you look at it, you can see exactly where, I don't know if I can turn it and you can see, but I can see my lines through the white. So if you have questions, just pop them in there. I am always happy to answer questions. That is what I'm here for. Yours is not white. Yours isn't white? Okay. So it is the Designer Adhesive Dries Clear. The Art Glitter Designer Adhesive Dries Clear. So, yeah, if it's not white, you might have bought the wrong one. You can send me a picture if you want, and I can take a look and see if it's the right one or not. Designer adhesive. So art glitter. Designer adhesive. Let me give you guys the link. I'll give you the link. So I get it from Amazon. I just bought some. It just came yesterday. Mine basically comes overnight. Okay, so this here is a spacer, and it fits right around that W. So it goes like that. And then we're going to put the white piece over the top of it. Let me give you the link for it. Was any of the face scored? Yes, all of it is scored. Yeah, it's all scored. So you know exactly where it goes. I prefer it to be that way. That way everything is not identical, but similar. Because when I do it, I just kind of do it. But I want all of mine to look similar. I've received a lot of stuff yesterday. I'm scrolling down. Sorry. I'm going to find you that link for the glue. I'm going to pop it in here so you have it. Where is it? It's in here somewhere. Where are you? Oh my gosh. Why is it hiding? It is hiding from me. Oh, there it is. Art. Okay, here we go. So, copy. Okay, I'm going to give you the link. This is the Amazon link. Paste. Okay, that's the Amazon link. Okay. All right, let me glue this on. I need to put my jute in the little button and then hot glue that on. I don't usually hot glue things, but things that have jute, you wouldn't just use regular glue. Okay. Oh, let me finish putting all the other stuff on, and then I'll do the hot glue part last. This goes around here. It kind of frames the face, and then the frosty goes up at the top. This goes at the bottom. It covers up, kind of goes over that one letter. I don't cover it completely. I just put a little bit, and I just usually wiggle it in place. Make sure that it's even at the bottom. You don't want it to go down past where it's supposed to be. This goes up at the top, and then we have 2 snowflakes on the tree. So this goes at the top of the tree. This one's it's pretty easy to assemble. And that's where you kind of get tripped up sometimes when they're too easy. You're like, you forget things. Okay, 1 snowflake there. Make sure you put it in between where the little holes are. The holes are where the lights are going to shine through there. We're going to glue the lights on the back. Okay, so that's going to go like that. We're going to put this down and then up. And I'm going to tie a bow. And then we're going to hot glue this on right here. There's like a little circular area. Hi, Deb. How are you? Hi, Lisa. Oh, sorry. You're welcome, Lisa. Whose birthday is it? Whose birthday is it? I missed. Oh, Sandy, today's your birthday. Happy birthday, Sandy. Sorry, I missed that. Sometimes I just have to scroll up. Okay, so let me just tie a bow, and then I will trim that, and we'll hot glue that on there. So, yeah, this one has lights. The smaller ones do not have lights for the snowman. They're both super cute. And that I'm kind of leaving it long. I kind of just want it to be long like that. Okay, let me bring up my glue gun. This is that Silpat stuff. It's that where if glue gets on it, it's going to come right off. So I'm going to just kind of leave that right there. We're going to be doing the lights. Going to press that down. And then I am going to carefully flip this over and put this other piece on the back. Okay, so the glue is already setting up, but I'm going to put this on and then I'll lay it back down. So this is our in-between layer. So I can put the lights on there, and then you put the backer on. Okay, so I have to put glue on this. I always like to put, if there's only one, like with the small Christmas lights, there's 2 because it's just so much for that little tiny ornament to have all the wiring in there. So that's why there's 2 layers on the small ornaments, is because all the wire stuff. On this larger thing, 1 is just fine. Okay, so then line it up and then kind of clean up your glue. The glue is going to ooze out just a little bit. Okay. And then I'm going to flip it back over and kind of press it down for a second. There must be glue stuck in that inside there. Let me see if I can get it out. Like down inside. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes it's really hard to get out. There's like a piece of glue inside. Yep, there it is. Okay. I go to put the lid on and it wouldn't fit on all the way. Okay, so flip it back over. Make sure nothing moved around. Make sure it still looks good. Okay, now we need to unwind our lights. So the way this needs to go on is this is going to be like this. See how that goes? It's like a cover. Okay. So the lights need to go through here. All right. So unwind the lights. Oh, your glue is just not good. Okay. So just let them know. Like if it's from Amazon, they'll replace it. They'll want you to return it, but they will replace it. Okay. Yeah, it can happen. So if it gets frozen, then I think they shouldn't ship it in the winter, because I had some that had to have gotten frozen somehow. It got to me and it was solid. So I've been stocking up. I've been stocking up and getting it every other week so that I can make it through the winter and not have to order when it's cold, because I swear that when it freezes it doesn't work and it just ends up being a big glob. Okay. I'm just getting it unwound. This has 10 lights. These are the little fairy lights, and they have a little switch that turns. I always check it first, make sure it works, because you don't want it to go to all the effort and put them on and have it not work. And then I'll pull it so that it's pretty much straight. Okay. Then feed it through. So important to feed it through and to have this on here so you know which side that it's going to go on. This feeds through the little hole, and the switch is going to get Velcroed onto the back. Okay, so go all the way through. I want it to end up where the screws are this way so they can see that, oh, I can change it out. Okay, so I'm going to flip it over and put the Velcro on the other side, because I want them to be able to change out. It's going to come with your little Velcro pieces. It doesn't matter which one you put on there first. You just always have to marry them. So one of the fuzzy ones goes with one of the prickly ones. Okay, so I put a fuzzy one on, and then I peel off the back on the prickly one and stick it to that. So now I have my sticky side right there. I'm going to flip that back over and I'm going to press it onto my wood. Okay, so it's going to be on there. And they're also going to be able to pull that off and be able to change those batteries a little bit easier if they need to. Okay, so now we're ready to do our lights. I found if I start up here and kind of wander down, it works. And I am going to use a Chocator multi-tool. Okay, if you have the little finger things, that works great too, but that works good for me. In the past, it's probably past the return stage. Okay, so then here's what you do. If it's past the return stage, what you should do is get the new one and then return that one. Return the old one. So buy another one and then return the old one. It shouldn't be bad. And that's how I get around that return policy, is that if I find out, because I haven't used it because it's been sitting on my shelf, if I find out that something's bad and it's been months, I just buy another one and then I return the defective one. They need to warranty their product. So I don't feel bad about that. I don't feel like that's cheating or anything like that. So I twisted the end. I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue right there. I should go in closer so you guys can see better. I'm going to use my multi-tool and press it down. The multi-tool is going to kind of dissipate the heat, and then I'm going to press my finger into that. It's not hot any longer. It's just kind of sticky. But let me go a little bit closer so that you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, so then go to the next light. Make sure you don't skip any lights. I twist it. So I twist it and make it be like a little loop. See how I kind of do like a little loop? Can you see? There's like a little loop. So it's easier for me to glue that on. I hold down the light bulb and I put the hot glue right where the twist is. Okay. And then I take my multi-tool and I press that down. Okay, you can use those little finger things. I don't do good with the little finger things. I'm so clumsy with them. I find that using the multi-tool works better for me. So whatever works best for you is what you should do. Okay, there's only 10 lights on this one. Some of these larger ones have 20 lights, and it's kind of a pain to do that, to do them. So you can twist it a couple of times, however many. And then sometimes when you get to the end, there's not room to twist it because you need the length. So some of these lights, when you buy them, they're longer. Like this one's only 3 feet, so there's not that much room in between each one. But there are some that are really long. And this wire is bendy. It doesn't matter that you put the hot glue on it. It doesn't hurt it at all. I'm just going to be going back and forth on the areas, just getting a light bulb. You put it over it. The light bulb does not go inside the hole. It goes over the top of the hole. Okay, so if you're thinking that you're trying to fit that light bulb in the hole, that's not how it works. It goes over the top of the hole. Yeah, there you go. So that is exactly what I learned last time, Lisa, was that it does freeze. So anyways, that's my trick, Michelle. I mean, I've had a couple of things that I hadn't opened and I was like, oh my gosh, they're damaged. You pay a lot of money for stuff. These companies need to warranty their product. Do you know that I can have like avocado potato chips. They're done in avocado oil. They totally sent me the wrong thing. And I realized it right away. The packaging wasn't the same. And so I sent them a message and they're like, it's not returnable. I'm like, it's not even the correct item. It's the wrong item. And they're like, oh, in that case, because it's a food item, we're just giving you a refund. So I just had to send them a picture of what they did send. They sent me chicken chips, which I can't have, but my husband did. They were just pure protein. It was chicken. Which was kind of weird. It was a weird chip. So, anyways, if it's a food item that's not returnable, if they're in the wrong, they will just refund you. You can also talk to the owner of the shop. So I had a problem where, oops, just got some out of control. We ordered a stand. For when Tara was going to do the cake pops, we ordered this cute little stand. And then she's like, I just can't do it. She was getting stressed out. And I'm like, no problem. I'll return it. The stand, it was like a little cake pop stand. That's a big display. $300 display. And I was having problems getting it to be able to be returned. I had to actually talk with the owner of the company. So there's a couple extra things that you can go through. If you're having problems, you can go through customer service through Amazon. I've always been able to finally resolve things, even if I have to go those extra steps and go through the Amazon customer service themselves. Okay, then I'm going to go down to this one, and then I'm going to do the one right here. So... Perfect. Yeah. I know this is great. Yeah, it's huge. So this would be for an industrial oven. It is huge. Okay, so this one, I really can barely do a little twist and then it fits. It just barely fits right at the end here. And then I have one more. I always, when I get close to the end, I count my lights to see how many more lights do I have to make sure I still have enough, that I didn't skip any. That can happen where you lose track of where your lights are. Some people will turn their lights on when they're gluing them on, so they make sure that they get them all glued. Okay, one more light goes right here, and then we're going to glue this backer on. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay, so I just put a little bit of glue there, and I press it down with the multi-tool. These things are great. I have a multi-tool out in my paint room that's specifically for this, so I don't burn my fingers. You don't want to put your fingers in there. Okay, I don't need my glue gun anymore. I'm going to unplug that. Oh, I do need it, actually, because I'm going to have to do the base. Never mind. Never mind. I do need it. Okay, and I just accidentally touched my arm with that. You just buy it in the store if you can. I know they don't have it in the store. Yeah, exactly. Oh my goodness, I just touched my arm on the. I have to put some tea tree oil in it. I accidentally touched my arm on the hot glue gun. Okay, so then this goes like this. Okay, so this all fits. It starts to get really short. The wire starts to get really short when you get to the end. So now I need to put glue under here. Okay, so you kind of have to hold this up and do that. So you're just kind of going around it, getting your glue on there. I need to, this one wire, I've got to tuck that out of the way. Okay, sometimes I just have to move it. And then when I sandwich this together, it is like a big sandwich. So the glue sometimes will ooze out, so I'll wipe it off. Make sure it's all cleaned up. Make sure it's all lined up. Okay. All right. So all I do is I just line it up and press it together. Okay. One big snowman sandwich. Okay. I have it lined up. My glue's oozing out a little bit. I just use my fingers, and then I'll grab a paper towel and wipe them off. It's not a big deal. The glue, if you just rub your fingers together, just comes off. That's why I like to use this kind of glue instead of using, the stick fast or anything like that, because this glue will come right off, just like the regular glue that we Aleene's that I used to use. Okay, so I've pressed it together. I'm going to squeeze it tight, make sure it's together. I'm going to turn that light on. I'm going to flip it over, and there's your first look at Frosty. It looks really bright, huh? Yeah, it does come with the lights. We supply the lights for you guys. Yep. My arm has a little blister on it. As I leaned down, it got stuck on there. Okay, so I want to put, I was thinking I was going to put glue on there. Maybe not. I just want to have that so it kind of is down more. Okay, now I always test this out to make sure that it fits in here before I actually glue it. So I test it in the slot, make sure I know which direction. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, and then I'll put a little bit of glue on here, and then I'll hot glue on the back. Okay, so I hot glue it so that it stays together. And it's never going to come apart. Okay, so it's a little wobbly in the beginning. So if you were to take your hot glue gun and just hot glue on the back, it kind of helps make it sturdy too. So I just go right along the base. And I do like a couple of passes. I'm going to have to grab another glue stick. I know, isn't it so cute? Well, today is putting solar lights in the trees that line your street. Oh, nice. 28 trees, and there are 4 neighbors that do 9 trees each. Oh, I love that. You've always done it on Veterans Day because all of us were in education. You have that day off. Nice. Is tomorrow's Veterans Day, right? Tomorrow? Am I wrong? Or is today Veterans Day? Let me look. Let me look. Oh, today is Veterans Day? Oh, it is today. Okay. So today is Veterans Day, so no mail service today, huh? Wow. Okay. Yeah, yeah, that's right. No mail service today. Okay, so I have it glued on. Now I can unplug my hot glue gun. And then I'll show you. I'll put that one. Don't put your fingers in it. You just glued it, Darlene. Be very careful, Darlene. Sometimes I have to tell myself that because I have been known to pick it up and stick my finger right in it. Okay, so here's my little short one. I'll put the little short one in the center. And then I'll put both the lighted ones. These are going to look so cute on my display. Cannot wait. I've been taking lots of lighted things to my shows, and people love them. Okay. There you go, guys. Now I have 5 of them. Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, Veterans Day is tomorrow, November 11th. Okay, so which day are they actually celebrating it? Let me see. On my calendar, it says today, but do we have mail service today? Okay. I wonder if we do. Okay, let's see. Oh, I'll have to find out. Yeah. Yeah, they're operating today. They are. Okay. Yep. No mail will be delivered on Veterans Day, November 12th. Yeah, tomorrow. Okay, perfect. So tomorrow is Veterans Day is what? Okay, perfect. Thank you, guys. I just wanted to know because I have lots of orders of you guys going out. If you want this, let me give you the link again. I gave it at the beginning, but let me give it again because some of you guys just hopped on. So there's both sizes. So the small one does not have lights. The larger one has lights. Let me get the link so it's easy for you guys. Make sure you use your VIP 25 so you get your discount. You get 25% off because you are my VIPs. Okay. So there's the link. It should show up in just a second. All right, I love it. Isn't it so fun? Now I got to get some gingerbreads cut out so I can paint them tonight. And I have to paint some more windows because I sold so many of the windows. I did get all my February Valentine's windows ready to go. I don't know if I posted a picture yet, but I will. I'll put them in the window section. Whew. I love you guys. Hope you have a fantastic day. It's Monday, so we get to begin this week again, and let's make it a great week. Do something fun for yourself, whatever it might be. Even if it's just letting yourself take a nap and not feeling guilty, you know, or painting your toenails or whatever it is that makes you happy, try to do something this week that makes you happy or someone else. All right, I love you guys. Thanks for being here. This is my favorite time of the day because you guys are just so amazing. I love you guys. All right, have a fantastic day.